E3, the perfect place for all the sweaty neckbeard virgins to congregate yearly, turning an entire convention hall into nothing but the worst smell of musk and unshaved ballsack anyone has ever experienced. We all love new games, especially games that we have been anticipating and asking for years. Then there's the physical example of LSD nobody asked for. What the fuck? I love watching E3 at home. What's better than watching tone-deaf organizations trying to showcase a game they don't even believe in? I love getting hyped over games I know I'll never buy, or games I'm genuinely excited for and are massive disappointments. For real though, E3 is an awesome event. It's a place us gamers can meet up once a year, appreciate and hope for our favorite faceless companies to release games we actually want. I won't lie, I tend to hype over some flashy looking games. But what the fuck is this shit? I feel like everyone has that list they make that's longer than most essays you write in college, filled with games you want to buy, and then 8 months later, reality sinks in and you realize you're only actually going to buy 3 or 4 of the 35 games you originally wrote down because playing games requires effort, and my mom's credit card has been maxed out for months due to me buying too many Call of Duty skins. There were dozens of games that looked cool at E3 this year. I haven't enjoyed a Battlefield game since the launch of Battlefield 4, and that was mediocre compared to Battlefield 3. To me, this just looks like the continuation from Battlefield 3 and 4. This is exactly what this series fucking needs right now. The only problem, I'm gonna shatter all of your hopes and dreams for this game in one picture. I just hope EA capitalizes on this game. They literally have the easiest W ever, considering their competitor is stuck in the past again for some fucking reason. As if that worked out last time. Now, I was never really into these types of games. It took me hours to get through the first couple bosses in previous games. I'm more looking forward to seeing a load of rage compilations and clips on livestream fails. Elden Ring is definitely going to be a game that I try out. But like with Dark Souls 3, if I'm not able to beat the first fucking boss in under the 2 hours I have to refund this bitch on Steam, I'm going to refund this fucking bitch on Steam. I'm sorry, I'm just not a real gamer. I've been exposed. Boy, don't even get me started on Back 4 Blood. This game was made by some of the original devs of Left 4 Dead. I can see they've been stuck in the past this entire time, but with how this game is looking, that's fucking fine with me. If Valve won't count to 3 for the homies, then I guess Back 4 Blood won't either, considering that's a 4 and not a... Why did I write this in the script? I fucking want this game though, deadass, bro. Why are there 4 video games about making fucking soup? Is this really gaming in 2021? You guys do realize we aren't stuck inside anymore. 70% of the population isn't almost burning their houses down attempting to cook for the first time in their life. Trust me, I was one of them. Y'all a bit late on this shit. We don't have to fight for the last brick of ramen anymore. We can go outside and grab McDicks again. Like, I don't know if you missed the memo. Like what happens at every E3, and especially more now that I'm getting older, there were a lot of weeb games that I didn't give a fuck about. Besides Ubisoft once again being crowned as the most unoriginal, robotic feeling, and boring fucking conference of E3, the Nintendo Direct was a bit of a toss-up for me. To me, it was a bit of a disappointment, but also had the 2 best announcements this year. Half of the Direct was announcing a lot of weeb shit I've never heard of before. After all that cancer was announced and out of the way, then the big boys came in. Metroid Dread looks fucking sick. The first 2D Metroid game in almost 20 years. They've had this concept of a game for 15 years. So I hope with the amount of time they've had to juggle this idea around, they're able to deliver on something special. There are a couple other fun party games I may get when the boys are trying to game in the living room and get uncomfortably drunk on a Wednesday afternoon. No, I'm not an alcoholic. It's fine. I still haven't played through all of Breath of the Wild yet, but I'm mad hyped hyped for this fucking game to come out next year. Microsoft, please don't fuck it up. Sony's still a bitch and isn't participating with everyone else. To some degree though, I don't really blame them. Ubisoft, PC Gamer, Nintendo Direct, and even Xbox and Bethesda's announcements all felt pretty weak this year. Every year, E3 feels like it's losing its magic touch it once had years ago, when games were actually fucking fun. At least Verizon was here to save the day. Oh god.
This is the Super Bowl for those of us that live and die in the gaming industry. Everything that is said at the press conference will be graded and judged. People will talk about who won E3, who lost E3. Every announcement and every word that is said will be scrutinized, and we'll be talking about years down the road, not only for what was said, but how it was said.
But dear God, what I would give if we got Resident Evil 8 VR edition, because then not only will I run straight into Lady D begging her to slash me with those nails, I am going to be playing. I'm like, cool, she's coming towards me. I'm heading straight for the floor, looking upwards and going, step on me. And that's all I need out of the VR experience, Jackie.